जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Hyderabad Punjab Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
My heart is still racing and I've bitten off all my nails because it was such a close game. Every time Rajasthan play Punjab, this happens. I don't know what it is with these two teams, but Punjab have won by 5 wickets and we are back at Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami Kher. I have Lisa and Harsha with me. Punjab have won by 5 runs. You all seem very calm, but my heart is racing.
I'm just trying to get awake again.
You're being Jurel. You're being calm and composed. That's what he did.
It's just taken 4 hours and 14 minutes. Yeah. But it was a very good cricket match in the end. Very impressed with Dhruv Jurel. Because we're all thinking, how does Jurel give the strike to Hetmeyer? Why is Jurel coming ahead of Holder? I might have said it so many times. I'm saying it now before Lisa points it out. But he played such a good innings. And he's actually opened up the option of playing him as a batsman in future because they don't have another in their lineup. He's just given them that option.
You know, Jurel had spoken about how he wants to learn from Dhoni how to be calm. And he's really learned from Dhoni how to be calm because clearly that's why I'm not a cricketer and I'm sitting here and talking about them because how do they hold their nerves in a situation like this?
It's a lot easier when you're out there than sitting and watching. So even as players, if you're in the dugout, you get really quite nervous because you can't control, you can't affect the outcome. But once you go out in the middle, away you go and really you can let your skills do the talking. But he did seem calm. He seemed to have a good relationship with Hetmeyer. They seemed to be discussing the different areas they wanted to hit the target, which bowler to target. And even that run out, he was very calm to go, well, no, there's no point. I don't even think we would have crossed anyway. You would have been run out as well. So you're right, Harsha. I do think that he gives them now potentially another option from a batting perspective. That they might need that as well, simply because with Butler and the finger and him not opening, that I think that certainly costs the Royals, especially in that power play.
Yeah, I mean, also, Padikkal's a good player if he's struggling with his timing. Today he struggled a bit with his timing. He played himself in a little bit, but he used too many balls. You could easily move Hetmeyer up to 4, even push Holder up a bit and use Jurel as a finisher because that gives you an option. He had one shot that Hetmeyer doesn't have. And I think that's what made him, for certain angles, a better finisher than Hetmeyer, is that he had the lap shot.
The lap shot that he played, yes.
Which a lot of the West Indies players don't play because they're so powerful down the ground and they back themselves to clear the boundary. I thought the key ball was the last of Arshdeep's over, where he got that full toss and you see he was angry with himself afterwards, Hetmeyer, because he thought he could have cleared it, the one that Ellis dropped on the boundary. I think it was a little high, I must admit.
But that partnership would have given them a scare because, you know, it was a only 50-run partnership and Hetmeyer was doing what he was doing and then Jurel came in and did what he did. But it was entirely the Nathan Ellis show today. Spectacular bowling performance by him.
The guy who packed his bags in the boot and drove to Tassie.
Yeah, look, credit to him. He just keeps coming hard. And do you know one thing? And next time watch him as well. When he gets a wicket, he doesn't necessarily celebrate because he is running in at full tilt and is absolutely spent every time he bowls a ball, that he kind of is a quick celebration and he's like sucking it in and then off he goes again. Like, okay, right, refocus, what do I need to do? He's so driven at the moment to being successful in any opportunity that is given his way that he's not missing this chance. And now we're talking off air about, well, how do they actually get Curran, himself, Rabada in the side? You know, how could they jig their internationals? Because he provides them a lot with the ball in hand.
They might. I mean, if they prepare tracks like those, Rabada, Ellis, Arshdeep, Curran, that is some bowling lineup. Leave out Harpreet Brar and bring another batter up and leave out Sikandar Raza and play Rabada. The question is, do they have another batter in that lineup to bat in the top order, Punjab? If they do, that is definitely an option for them.
But a good headache to have for them, right? It's always a positive headache to have.
Alternately, you would come in for Rajapaksa, who's injured. So you keep Raza, but just find that other Indian batter. And I'm just going through the squad. and in the squad with Punjab, there's only Atharva Taide. That's it. He's the only other batter in the lineup.
But don't you think the batting gets really weak then? Because yes, the bowling will be lethal, but then that makes the batting a little edgy.
Yeah, it does. I guess it's something that they'll have to assess each ground that they go to. Like if there's something in the pitch for the fast bowlers, then why not let their fast bowling unit go in and dismiss for 150, 140, and then a weaker batting side should be able to chase that. So it depends on the pitches and how they want to balance their side. But it'll be interesting to watch as the tournament goes on.
But Harsha, today, Arshdeep and Karan were also really impressive in the beginning because they put that pressure in the beginning. Sam Curran didn't get any wickets, but he bowled very intelligently in the beginning. And then Arshdeep, of course, got those 2 wickets. And then it was all a Nathan Ellis show. But I think that initial partnership between Sam Curran and Arshdeep also changed the game.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Arshdeep's first over. Now, Arshdeep's conceded 8-9 runs in the first over, but I thought Karan was the bowler. That last over was very special because what they needed was 2 hits out of 6 when that last over started. He misses length twice, that's the end of the over, and he didn't miss it even once. That last ball was a paddle, but by then it was over. 5 balls he nailed perfectly. That is the Sam Curran we saw at the T20 World Cup. And that's why you paid big money for him. That was a super last over.
Punjab's going to be very happy with all the money they've spent on Sam Curran because...
and they won 2 in a row now. When was the last time they won 2 in a row?
It's been a couple of years. You're mentioning that.
Yeah, let's also quickly have a look at the batting because there were a whole lot of positives there as well. There was Sanju Samson, who we felt that he probably was a lone warrior in the card because he was there. He got a 42 of 25. We've discussed this a lot. We were hoping and really hoping that Riyan Parag comes to the party home and wins it for his team. Wasn't meant to be.
He did it okay actually. If you look at the situation he was in, 20 of 12 is not bad. You do want a bigger contribution, but at least he didn't faff around. He didn't use up balls. The key there is Sanju Samson. He makes a lot of these. He needs to start making some of those into 70s, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some players that give you a burst of energy of 30 or 40 and they go at a great rate, but the best players, so you can have good players, great players even, but the ones that everyone talks about are the ones that convert those 30s and 40s into 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s. And we haven't seen a lot of that from him. He does need to convert. And you look at that batting card and it's just the top there that really was the one bit that let them down, 11-0. And even Devdutt Padikkal, 21 off 26, still fighting his way, trying to scratch his way, whereas everyone else went really quickly. So they've got some wriggle room, I think. They don't necessarily need to change their playing 11. I just think they need to try and figure out how to get the best out of their batting 11 because I think Hetmeyer was brought in a little bit too late.
Yeah, I wondered. So I think there's a reason Sanju Samson must make every starting 11 for India in T20 cricket. He's made 42 of 25. T20 batting is an ensemble cast. We say it all the time. It's not about one person going and making 75, 80. If 5 players, he's played 25 balls. So 25 into 5 is 125. That's about the length of an innings. If 5 players play like that, you're scoring 200. So as one of 5 or 6 such batters, Sanju Samson's worth his weight in gold. But in franchise cricket, sometimes he has to convert that into a 70, 80. Sometimes the players who put themselves first can sometimes go and convert that 40 odd to 70. But I've never seen that with Sanju Samson. He'll keep going, keep playing the high-risk game. That's why I think he becomes a very good ensemble cast player. I'm not sure he becomes a very good single talent kind of player. Lead player kind of player.
We joked a lot about this in the mid-match show, but I was a little surprised that Ashwin was sent up because if they had sent Padikkal up and he had let him settle in that top order, things could have been a little different.
Also, he had just started to time the ball well, Lisa, but when he was batting, there were fielders out in the deep.
Yeah.
Those same shots might have been 4 in the power play.
Well, and we showed in the innings break about what he did for Bangalore and when he opens. And the big difference there is that there's only 2 fielders out, isn't there?
Yeah.
You have a chance to pierce the inner circle or go over, and there's a lot of acreage for you to get your innings started. So it's a different role for him. we've spoken a couple of times now that maybe this year isn't going to be his year due to health reasons, but there's a lot of learnings that he can take that will hold him in good stead for hopefully a long career at the IPL.
Just takeaways for Rajasthan from today's game, because it was close. It was very close. It could have gone either way. So positives they can take out from today's game?
That they came as close as that, so they'll still be kicking themselves, because I think they would have known too that Punjab were about 10-15 short from where they could have been. Still a very good score, but from the contributions they got, they could have been another 15 runs ahead. So from that point of view, Rajasthan will say, no, we were too short. They'll worry about those first 2 or 3 overs, the little mess up with sending Ashwin out there. And I mean, in all fairness, Ashwin only played 3 balls. But that phase, and they've got to find a more dominant number 4. If Padikkal's playing, then he has to be a little more dominant at number 4. Because 4, 5, 6, 7, they win you a lot of matches. So your number 4 is crucial. 1, 2, 3 have a roll. 5, 6, 7 can come and biff it. It's amazing how little we think about number 4.
Number 4 has always been the problem, hasn't it?
But that's been for India
For
and the World
India,
Cup.
yes, it
And in
has.
2023, we are again going to have the number 4 problem.
No, but we've spoken a lot about Padikkal. We spoke about this and the middle order having a slight problem. They play Delhi here next. They play at the same, they play at Guwahati. So what are they thinking when they come in and play Delhi at Guwahati?
I think the lessons that they can certainly improve on from this match is from a bowling perspective. If you start to look at what they bowled probably in the first 8 or 9 overs, they missed their length. They bowled probably 2 sides of the wicket. Very hard to defend. And it looks like a ground, and history tells us it's a high-scoring ground. So it's not going to be nice on the bowlers, so to speak. So you've got to be really clear with your plans and be able to execute. And that's where I think they gave Punjab a lot of runs at the front end of their innings.
I thought they could have started with 6 bowlers and subbed one of the 6 for Jurel later. But they started with only 5. And I think while KM Asif has a nice little bustle about him and he tried hard and he comes in and bowls, maybe he's out a little beyond his depth as a 4 overs bowler. Not because he doesn't have the ability, but he doesn't have the experience of having bowled that much at this level. So if Asif is one of your 5, then you need a little more support, and they didn't have that 6th bowler at all. So my feeling was they would start with 6 bowlers and then maybe get Jurel in, who they've left out them. But if you're starting with 6 bowlers, you have to leave a batter out. No, they couldn't have done that because that would have meant leaving Padikkal out. They need a 6th bowler in the original 11, which we thought was going to be Paral. But obviously they didn't trust him enough with the wet ball to bowl.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens with Rajapaksa and his
Yes, if he's all right.
Yeah, that's a Punjab, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So
that is
actually-
from Punjab. Oh, I'm getting confused.
It's getting too late. It's getting too late.
It's
Lisa.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
midnight,
getting too
isn't
late.
it?
But
Yeah.
You know, it is a very basic, in first course in production or in any graduation course, they teach you time work analysis, time distance analysis. You just need to do a simple time work analysis and say, okay, this over's taken so long, this over's taken so long. Where are we consuming 4 hours and 15 minutes in this game? Is it that the third umpire wants to look at all the highlights before giving a decision? I don't know, but you do a simple study and you'll know where we are losing time, because this is way too long.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's not just us cribbing over here. Your audience is also
Yes.
coming from a lot of young people who want to sit up and watch the game, and their parents are not going to let them be up till 12 o'clock watching the game. And that's the reason you moved it to 7:30, so that a lot of young kids could sit and watch the game and get drawn into the IPL. By stretching it over 4 hours and 15 minutes, you're losing that audience. And I think studies show that the viewership does tail off towards the end. So they have to finish it by 10:30.
So we've got an update why Padikkal came in later, because we're very curious with this.
Yes.
Sanju Samson has said that, Butler, like we thought, has injured his finger. So they said we'll send Ashwin in, and they wanted to save Padikkal to play the spinners later on. So that's the reason behind.
Didn't quite
Interesting thought, yeah.
Didn't quite come to play.
Yeah,
to fruition.
unfortunately.
Unless they thought that with Rahul Chahar and Harpreet Brar, they need a left-hander in
Yeah.
the middle, but Hetmaya could have played that role. But you see, we are looking at it after the event. They've got to look at it
Hindsight,
before.
It's always easier, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. We'll have a look at the points table now, because Punjab has won. Gujarat still stays at the top. Punjab come to number 2 because they have won 2 out of 2 of their games. And we now will move to tomorrow's game as well, because Calcutta takes on Bangalore in Calcutta. It's the first game that's happening in Calcutta. Calcutta is coming off that game where they were a little lucky because the rain came in and Russ was about to take the game away, but then the rain came, so luck wasn't favoring them. And of course, you all know, I don't want to repeat what RCB did, because for all Mumbai Indians fans, it's just something you won't forget. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to think about it.
Saiyami doesn't worry about saying I'm a Mumbai Indians fan.
She just owns it, doesn't she?
I'm a Mumbai Indians fan. That's okay. I'm a Padikkal fan. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I mean, I'm learning.
Yes.
Like, you know, once I start getting the trolls coming in, I'll start becoming a little more.
As an actor,
RCB.
look, as an actor, you've had your share of trolls. Don't worry. You've had your share already.
No, because they come in, but I can't hide the love I have for certain teams. But now I'll try being politically
But I'll tell you what to do when trolls come, because I get my share too. If you reply to trolls, they have won. But if you ignore them, what is it that the troll wants the least? To be made to feel like an insect outside the window, which you don't really care about. Ignore them, and you've taken away their oxygen.
No, that's
Pretend they
true.
don't exist.
But Harsha, having said that, honestly, and I'm truly saying this, that the way Virat played, he looks hungry. He looks like this is the year. Forget what everyone has to say. Forget the pressure. He's playing this for himself. He wants to not do it for someone else. He wants to do it for himself, and that's what I felt when I watched him play the other night. So, keeping my fandom aside for the team, but I want to see Virat Kohli really.
But you're
shine.
a lover of cricket, and any lover of cricket enjoys seeing a player who's probably been down and out, and there's been a lot of pressure, a lot of scrutiny put on his performance. So when he comes out like that and plays the type of shots that he did and has a smile on his face, and that partnership with Faf, I think 11 sixes they were able to hit at Chinnaswamy Stadium, and the ball was flying around, as it tends to do in that stadium. You're happy for him, because he's a good guy at the end of the day. He's brought a lot of joy to everyone else, and you hope that there's still a lot more left in the tank, and you get a sense that there is. So this match is huge for Bangalore, because they need to keep on their I don't want to say the word. I stopped. They want to get on a bit of a run. And I'll leave there, full stop.
Momentum's a good word.
But Bangalore is going to really miss Reece Topley, because he got that dislocated shoulder.
They're already missing Hazelwood.
Yes.
Hazelwood hasn't arrived. Who else hasn't?
No, Hasaranga hasn't arrived yet.
Hasaranga as well.
Yeah, they've got a very good player in Michael Bracewell otherwise, and Maxwell's looking reasonably fit. Bowled a little bit, hit an audacious 6 over cover. He did all the Maxwell things. So they've got Maxwell, they've got Bracewell.
And
David
Willey will come straight in.
They've got Faf, so maybe David Willey will come in. That'll lengthen the batting a little bit too. It's just that David Willey and Topley, the difference is Topley can hit 140. David Willey sort of mid 120s, early 130s at best. So the ball's got to swing for him. But interesting things happen every time RCB play KKR. The first match, remember? That was RCB KKR long ago. RCB will be saying, thank God we're not playing Kolkata on the 23rd of April. That was the 49 all-out.
Oh, yes.
23rd of April was also when, I was just Googling actually as you talked, 23rd of April was also when they made 263. So they could turn down all the RCB fans, of whom there are many millions, and they sound like many more millions than they are. They've had a couple of good days. I love those fans, man. It's incredible.
They are.
But anyway, that's a separate story, yeah.
No, but I think for KKR, there is some good news, because, you know, the list of number of injuries goes on increasing, but they've got Jason Roy in now that Shreyas Iyer has been ruled out. So that is reassuring for KKR?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't believe he's available for
tomorrow.
He's not. So they'll have to go with a similar side. Maybe David Weiser maybe comes in potentially.
Is Ferguson fit again?
No, he's not. He's
Not yet.
I think I've heard that he's only still half run up. He's not. He's back to his full run up. So that's a concern as well for them.
Because I'll tell you what, they needed somebody at the top. So I'm almost certain they'll play Jagdishan anyway. Maybe play him as a batter for this game. But I'm going to crack a bad joke with it. There is this no, I don't every time. Neither do
You're saying it's too late and she's holding her head.
But there is this decidedly tasty prospect of a Bengal team being opened by Roy and Das. except that the Das is from Bengal and the Roy is from England. What a tasty prospect.
But again, Nitin Das not available till the 8th, so we'll have to maybe crack this joke again after the 8th.
Done.
We'll keep it for after the 8th.
But Roy will open. I think Roy and Jagadish will open, and then the rest of the batting will become a little easier with.
But particularly for tomorrow, do you think Venkatesh Iyer will come in because he came in as a sub in the last match?
He did quite well, yeah. I'd say that he will play an important role, whether it's an impact player or comes straight into the 11. But he will definitely be batting at some stage.
He should.
Yeah.
He should just go and open the batting.
One key player from each team to watch out for?
I don't know what kind of track they have in Kolkata this year.
Yeah,
But if the other tracks are any indicator, everywhere we're getting 180, 190 tracks, then in Kolkata, no, it's always Andre Russell for me. With KKR, it's always Andre Russell. But I don't know why he's not bowling. I hope he can bowl. At least he should be giving them 2-3 overs, but he didn't bowl in the last game.
No, he didn't bowl. I mean, he did bat and batted well.
What's the Lisapedia saying?
Well, he got 35 off 19. It doesn't say much. Hey! Stop.
You know, I honestly feel, it's something I never did in college, but I can do now. Just look at the answer there.
I actually think Nitish Rana will step up. Skipper at home. Good opportunity for him to own the side, lead from the front. It's a big game for him.
And if you have to choose from RCB, because there were a lot of star players in there.
Can he produce a second innings like that? I know we tend to go overboard over Virat Kohli. I mean, sometimes when you're watching the telecast, you say, is there anyone else playing? No, there is Virat Kohli playing. But he is box office. But the way he played that day, where he's coming down to Jofra Archer, he didn't worry about saying, okay, I'll get my 15 balls in and then I'll start to open up. He was looking scary. So if he can play like that, then stop what you're doing and watch, because he was an eye magnet that day. That was fantastic.
For you, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. I really want to see him do well this IPL. I really want him to have a really good tournament, and I think for him, he needs to start off well, so that there's, as much as players say, oh, I don't follow the news, I don't follow Twitter, I focus. Everyone, you can hear that noise. I mean,
some more than others, but they all do.
Yeah,
Lisa.
you all hear it. So I think for him to start off well will be a good sign for him for the rest of the tournament.
I wonder what they'll do with Patidar. It'll be interesting to see what side played last time. He didn't play last game, but he's out of the tournament now. So it'll be interesting. Let's go back, see put that squad up again.
Can we have the squad up again to see who can come in for Patidar?
Because Mahipal Lomror
They haven't
didn't
announced
play.
a replacement.
No, Mahipal Lomror didn't play last time.
Yeah, he could come in.
Yeah, because last time they had this unusual batting because they had Maxwell, they had Bracewell, they had Faf, and they had Reece Topley. So they they played the extra bowler and pushed everyone up. But at some point, they will need an Indian top order batter. Otherwise, who bats at 3? If they lose an early wicket, someone's got to bat at 3. Because they've got Maxwell and DK, Shahbaz and the others there. So they'll need maybe a Suyash or an Anuj Rawat or a Mahipal Lomror, someone like that to stand up.
I guess we'll get all these answers only tomorrow, but there's one answer that we'll get right now. That's the answer to the joy factor question, because we had asked you all earlier which former cricketer and current coaching staff of a franchise has scored each of his 5 test centuries against 5 different teams. Did it come back at all? You thought you...
No, I was so into the game, it completely slipped my mind. But you put up the answers when we can all say, oh, yeah, of course we knew.
Any guesses, Lisa?
No, I said Ricky Ponting.
Oh. Did we all know?
No, I'll tell you why. I had seen this somewhere around the time when they said Wasim Jafar got his 5 against different countries. Mayank Agarwal got all his 4 in India. There was a question going around somewhere. But yeah, Wasim Jafar, he's got a double as well. We think Wasim Jafar is a Twitter entity.
Yeah, he is.
We at Cricbuzz didn't get the answer, to be fair, but we'll see who got the fastest answer to Joy Sir's question today, and it is Rohit who has gotten the correct answer. So well done, Rohit, and we hope you keep continuing answering Joy Sir's questions, because he completely stumps us with his questions. So please continue and answer his questions. It's been an exciting day for me.
She's saying it's been a
long day, yeah.
an exciting day.
And good morning.
Yes, because I think Lisa has seen her phone a few times. It's 12:10 now. So I think it's time for us to say good night and
You know,
goodbye.
when it used to be 8 o'clock starts, we'd say, we're going into the next day. Now it's the 7:30 start, we're still saying the same thing. They have to do something about it. It's quite
Well, we can just, hope and pray that this changes. But again, I'm very happy I'm on this seat. I'm very happy that I got to chat with the OG Guruji, Harsha Bhogle. Thank you so much. And the feisty Lisa Sthalekar.
Hoffer. The Hoffer. Don't ever forget, that's her name. She's the Hoffer. Multiple Hall of Famer. Hall of Hoffer.
Thank you. Before Lisa falls off to sleep here, we should say goodbye from here. Thank you for joining in and see us at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Don't forget.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
Hyderabad को 50 एक्सप्रेस पॉलोबोसी स्टेशन नेताजी भवन कृपया ध्यान दें